Hi, Zizaran here with a quick update on the Lightning Conduit build. And obviously starting a new league with a new skill is very risky. Well, it paid off in this case. It absolutely fucks. You can see some of the bosses just dying in the background here during the campaign on my first character. And oh my god. It literally feels like, when you're taking your 10th character in the league for a spin and it just absolutely destroys everything. That is what it feels like. So as you can see in the background, just beautiful, just destroying everything. And it pretty much just trucked it from level 28 and just an absolute joy. And I'll take you in game here in a second and show you what my character had before it died. I did die on day one. So this is my character. I got to level 87. I was like, well, I was rank 1 for quite a while just playing, which was great. So I can just quickly go over the gear I had early. Insane amount of damage. Absolutely insane. Yeah, I was just spamming lightning conduit on bosses and everything just fell over. So my weapon is it's pretty decent. Tier 3 lightning, spell damage, cast speed, nothing else. I was trying to get a good pair of gloves, like something with tier 2 spell suppression, life, and resist, so that I could try to get the exposure on the gloves. That's the first Eldritch implicit that really matters. Actual good prolif and really good lightning exposure would be great, especially because we get an extra -25 here, so huge. But I wasn't able to get that yet. A belt, and as you can see, the regen 150 energy shield. Now I have very little ES. I wanted more ES, but I hadn't been able to get evasion ES pieces yet, so I don't actually have enough to cast Wrath right now. If you are struggling with ES and you still want to cast Wrath for whatever reason, maybe you're low on damage, you can use a low Divine Blessing. That'll help with the mana. Other than that, I think everything is pretty one-to-one from the guide, and you can import this character. It's called Zizaran Trade Fiend. I just had a 5-link. I had already played 14 hours, and I'd already been in tier 12s and 13s, and I'd killed the Shrek mini boss, the blue one. Valako's Sign and the Barrack Ring both are really great. The Barrack Ring has life. This is more damage, but they both have leech. Another thing that's really good too, especially, well, just for mapping, is the Death Rush Ring. Make sure you get one with 3 seconds of adrenaline, but it'll just speed you up so much as well. Now, we weren't 100% sure what we were going to like between Orb of Storms, between Hydrosphere. I didn't mess too much with Galvanic Field, but I don't have a final conclusion yet, but they're all pretty good. I ended up using Stormbrand just for safety. Oh, and the Doriani weapon from Exile is pretty good as backup. So I used Stormbrand quite a lot as a safety reason. However, Orb of Storms felt a lot better for damage. Some people think that Stormbrand with the activation frequency is maybe bugged because you end up wasting casts with Stormbrand, so it's definitely not as high damage. As you can see here, the bosses go down very quickly. And if I'm using Orb of Storms instead, the main problem is I am very close range, because you want to stand inside the Orb of Storms. That's what makes it strong, is that every time you're firing Lightning Conduit, Orb of Storms also fires off. So honestly, on those two, it's a little bit of preference. Just a little bit of preference. There's not a massive power advantage between the two. Orb of Storms more damage, Stormbrand more safety. So I like Orb of Storms more, but I also don't like standing next to the enemy. Hydrosphere, I absolutely hated it for clearing. I used it for exposure, but once we get exposure on my glove, I wouldn't use that. There was some confusion. People didn't understand in the guide that Shock Nova isn't used in the build at all. It is just a placeholder for Lightning Conduit. But if you're re-downloading the guide now it is changed to the real gem. It's just we make the guide before the gem is in PoB. That is pretty much it. I didn't get to try Lightning Conduit itself much on Spellslinger, but because it gets an added cooldown on top of the normal one, it shouldn't be very good or useful. The main thing I wanted was more survival, so I was trying hard to get spell suppression. I actually had a really good amulet too. I'm very sad I died. I just wasn't paying attention against the lightning mirage things. So I was trying to get more spell suppression. That would have made me a lot more tanky. And then I was slowly going to go against Zibakwa, which is super tanking chaos, and half your elemental damage is taken as chaos. That is what I was going, and it would have helped a lot with the tank. So yeah, just wanted to make a quick update saying the build is amazing. I hope you guys are enjoying it. And if you haven't chosen your league starter yet, that is an absolutely solid one. So thanks for watching. Sub if you liked the video, but more importantly, try to die less than I do.